Have you ever tried making something and it didn't really turn out the way it's supposed to be? In this video, I will show you recipe fail sometimes may not be that negative. This recipe is supposed to be a 3-layered pudding. The middle layer, which is a strawberry layer, is not successful, so I remove it and at the end it becomes just 2 layers of chocolate puddings. I think in this case, without the strawberry jelly layers, I think it is even better. To make this delicious chocolate pudding, these are the ingredients we need. And of course, the recipes is at the video descriptions. If you don't have chocolate powder, you can replace it with Milo. I'm using coral jelly. This is a vegetarian alternative. If you don't have them, you can use Agar Agar powder. I'm going on a diet, so I'm using coconut milk instead of fresh cream. You can quit using the strawberry jam because in this case it wasn't successful, so this is optional. Melt the coral jelly in the coconut milk in low-medium heat until it melts completely. In my personal opinion, I find that Agar Agar powder in this case wins over because coral jelly melts quite slowly. And when the jelly is melted completely, I then add in the chocolate powder. Next, some chopped chocolates. The amount of chocolates is really depending on your preference. If you like it to be stronger, then add more. But don't add too much, otherwise the pudding will be hard. Next, I line my parchment paper in the baking form and then slowly pour the chocolate mixture. So this is my first layer of chocolate. As you can see, it's quite thick. I think it is because that I have put quite a bit of chocolate powder and also I'm using coral jelly. The consistency with Agar Agar is slightly different. Give it a gentle tap so that the mixture is evenly spread out. And then you want to keep this in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. To make the jelly layer, I put some water and melt the coral jelly until it's completely melted. I don't know what is in the jam because when I make them together with the coral jelly, it should set, but in this case it didn't. I suspected there are some acid in the jam that didn't enable the jelly to set. In this case, I think Agar Agar powder is more suitable to making this jelly layer. Cooking is about making common sense. So if you don't have common sense, you will be like me making these mistakes. As you can see, the first layer was quite solid. So now I went ahead and poured the mixture, hoping that it will harden in the refrigerator, but it didn't. Another mistake that I spotted here is that I noticed I have too much water in this jelly layer. So try not to do this mistake. Use as little as possible if you want the jelly layer to be solid. I left the jelly layer in the refrigerator at least 45 minutes and it's still not quite hardened, but then it is possible to pour the second layer of chocolate on top. So I went ahead, make another layer of chocolates and pour them on top of the jelly layer. In my heart, I'm not confident that the central jelly layer will form a solid layer. So I waited for at least 4 hours before I dare to pour this jelly out. Can you see the pudding is wobbling? Here is another mistake that I made. I didn't check if I have enough whipped cream. So after I pour it and then I realized, oh my god, I didn't have enough. So what to do, I have to spread it out. In this case, I know the jelly layer is going to spoil the whole dessert. So I quickly removed that layers and then I just stacked the 2 layers of chocolate together. I should have filmed it so you can see and know what I mean. And of course, you probably wonder how I make this piping chocolate toppings, right? It's actually not so difficult. what I did was that I melt some chocolate in a hot water bath, and then when it is still soft, I quickly pour them into a piping bag, and then it is ready to be used. Because the cream is quite cold, so the chocolate lines on top of the cream harden quite easily. So this step, you have to quickly put some garnish. You can put any kind of fruit you want. So the result, my chocolate puddings without the strawberry layers. I think this dessert will look really cool with the jelly layers. But after tasting it, I have another thought. Honestly speaking, I think with the jelly layer, it might look really cool, but I prefer this really rich chocolate flavors. Look at that. LG, he really liked it so much. I think without my supervision, he probably eat the whole thing up by himself. I hope you like this recipe, even though it was not very successful. And if you do, give thumbs up and send me a comment. Thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. If you'd like to support our channel, I'm including a link to our Patreon page. If you like the product I use in the video, I'm including my Amazon storefront in this video. In my next video, I will show you how to make this delicious coffee syrup bread from Finland. Stay tuned, see you in my next video. Bye! If you enjoy the experience with my video, here are some of the videos you might want to watch. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss my next video. Hope to see you soon.